love it. You love sunbathing? Huh? Huh? Man, this bush over here sure is resilient. It was looking sad and dried out the other day. That's it. I can't have too much sun. You just be in the door. You done had enough sun? Hi. Nah, I'm just out here for a minute. I just wanted to remind y'all to go outside for a little while. If you got sun where you are, I just wanted you to go outside for a minute. Since they don't like me sharing my videos that tell you to go outside, I need y'all to go outside. If there's sun out today, go out there. Just for 10-15 minutes. Put a couple of songs on. You can measure it by a couple of songs and just going out there. My feet ashy. And them damn Crocs. Hi. Said, look, my products have been ordered and I'm ready. Go ahead. Let's go. You been out today? Good. I was trying to think of where to go today, and I got too much shit to do. Are y'all the kind of people that make your situation, when you're trying to clean up, you make it worse than what it was? That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. I have 2 contractor bags full of shit to donate. And then found some other clothes that I didn't even remember were in there. So now I gotta hang all those up, summer stuff. And I still haven't touched the laundry. That was the whole... There were 2 things that were supposed to happen. I was supposed to get the stuff that I'm donating to the vets and then fold the laundry and put it up. I haven't touched the laundry yet. Hi, Miss Joanne. I do have the 2 bags full, but now I have a whole extra pile of clothes to hang up. I put my winter stuff away. So I did accomplish stuff, but I still got a lot more shit to do. You said you start, if I could just start. Now I started. I'm always in the sun, ma'am. As long as it's out, I'm out here. I come out here. I'm going to make sure we get some. Because if y'all were not on the live where I was talking to you guys about us not being in the sun is one of the major reasons we have a lot of the ailments that we have. And TikTok did not like me saying that. Because I was asking y'all, why are y'all black asses wearing sunscreen? And they apparently don't like me telling y'all not to wear sunscreen. We don't need to wear no damn sunscreen. Okay? And then the black people come in my comments, well, I burn in the sun and that. Then nobody tell your ass to be outside for no 3, 4, 5 hours in the sun with no protection and carry your ass an umbrella. There's a lady that comes by here every other day. They got a damn parasol. She be carrying a little parasol. We need to get back to that. But spreading a bunch of chemicals on your skin and then going out in the sun so that the sun can bake the chemicals into your bloodstream makes no fucking sense for us when it's not necessary for us. We don't need protection from the sun. We need the sun. The sun literally is our protection. We are not the same. Just because them motherfuckers burn up in the sun don't mean we burn up in the sun. They can't even sit out here for 10, 15 minutes. Unless they got some Western European in them. You need some sun bad. Even if it's wintertime, still go out there and get them rays. Because 80% of black women have fibroids, and the number 2 reason why you have them is low vitamin D. The sun is free. Why y'all out here taking vitamin D supplements if the sun is free? I'm not saying don't take the vitamin D supplements, but a supplement is not to take the place of the original thing. It is to assist the original thing. Okay? I live in Nevada. Yeah, we all have low vitamin D. That's why you need to get outside. That you have low vitamin D on purpose. They're making sure that you have low vitamin D. Good question. Do we have a product for eczema? You need to eat according to your blood type for eczema. Eczema is a gut issue. All of your skin issues are gut issues. I know they make you believe that it's not. Good skin starts from the inside. It shows on your face what you are eating. And if you are eating a bunch of foods that don't go with your blood type, you're going to have skin issues. Okay? Gut and stress are pretty much the same thing because your stress starts in your gut. If your skin is not good, it's because you are eating the wrong foods. Thank you. This is a 57-year-old face. This is a 57-year-old face. This wasn't even my face in my 40s. I used to slather makeup on my face in my 40s. The whole shebang, the whole thing. Yes, your kids, why do kids have eczema? Because they're eating a bunch of gluten foods. They're eating a bunch of wheat. Wheat is going to be the root cause of a lot of people's problems. Okay? A lot. Especially white people. The root cause of white people's skin turning white is because they were eating wheat. The reason that they are more angry than we are 2 things. Because they don't have neuromelanin on their brain, and we do. And they're eating wheat. The number 1 thing that happens to your body when you consume wheat is it converts your happy hormones, which is your dopamine and your serotonin, which is in your gut, into anger and aggression hormones. So you want to know why they're so aggressive and angry and miserable and all of that? They're the ones that made up that whole thing talking about money can't buy you happiness. The fuck you talking about? The fuck? No money can't buy happiness. Stop talking about money can't buy happiness. That's the shit they put on black people to get y'all to stay focused. Every black person I ever seen with money is happy. They happy them bills is paid. They happy they got less stress. They happy to have freedom. They're happy. Okay? But people that are naturally miserable, which is white folks, and y'all say it all the time, that they're just miserable. Well, there is a scientific reason why they're miserable. We are equipped with melanin in our brain, in our eyes, in our ears, in our skin. Everything about us is melanin. Melanin is the world's most unduplicatable biological polymer that exists. So y'all need to really start thinking of yourselves as like fucking alien superstars. There is nothing like the black body. Nothing. Not the way it operates, not the way it conducts energy. It conducts everything. Our bodies, radiation, energy, sonar, all of that conducts it. We even have melanin in our inner ear. We hear things differently. That explains why we make the music that we do. That explains why we're so connected to sound. Okay? Because we have what they don't have. How did this happen to them? They left out of Africa where it was sun every day and moved to a dark place and started eating grains. When they started eating grains, that did not support the vitamin D that was in their body, right? And their bodies had to adapt to where they were. They were in this cold, dark place in caves. So they were not getting any sun, and then they weren't eating any food to give them any vitamin D. So their bodies completely lost folate, which then completely lost melanin. It is folate and vitamin D that protects our melanin. And if we do not have it, you too will lose it. Explain why it is that you're lighter in the wintertime than you are in the summertime. If you were just black and your color stayed the same and your melanin level stayed the same all the time, your skin would be the same color all the time. Y'all be the first ones to talk about, this my winter skin, this my winter skin. Yeah, because you lack vitamin D, because you lack sunlight. Okay? So this is why a lot of black women, because we're living in a northern hemisphere now, America is more of a northern hemisphere compared to South America and these other places. This is why stress and low vitamin D causes tumors. Fibroids are tumors. Don't let nobody tell you differently. So think about it like this. When they go in the sun, they get blisters on their skin. We get blisters inside our skin if we don't go in the sun. That should tell you right then and there, we are not the same. I'm not trying to be a racist piece of shit. It just is science. It just is what it is. They do not have what we have. And that is the problem. That's why they mad. Exactly. That's exactly right, Miss Felicia. So not only do you need to be out in the sun, but you also need to supplement. We are truly children of the sun. This is also why you need to supplement with vitamin D. If y'all don't have, go on over to C Organics and get you some vitamin D drops. We got the K2 and the D3 capsules. We got the D3 drops as well. Okay? I'm telling you, they're trying their best to make sure they block that sun out. Because that's their own natural enemy. That's their natural enemy, is the thing that nourishes all organic matter on the whole planet. What kind of sense does that make? What? You have to use it all the time, not just in the wintertime. The one thing that nourishes every organic thing on the planet harms them, that should tell you all you need to know. That should tell you all you need to know. That tells me all I need to know. It tells me all I need to know. I don't fuck with you. How? We can't even go to the same places. It's like you trying to be best friends with a vampire. How you gonna be best friends with a vampire? Y'all schedules don't even line up. Y'all schedules don't even line up. How y'all gonna go to a day party? You gotta work in the morning, so you can't be hanging out all night. How this gonna work? I'm gonna say no thank you. What's my take on sun lamps? Get it wherever you can get it. I got sun lamps upstairs. I got the masks that go on your face. I got all that. Get it where you can get it. Get in my fucking tanning booth. Why would I need you to co-host with me, ma'am? Relax. Get it where you can get it. Okay? Because pretty soon we all gonna be having some artificial ass sun. I'm gonna take advantage of it while it's here. While it's right there. Right the fuck there. Yeah. UV rays or UV rays? Hi. UV rays or UV rays? It's nothing. Think of it as another supplement. That's all. You can think of it as another supplement. If you live in a place where you're not getting enough sun, get you a UV light. I got lights all over my plants. What helps my plants flourish? Lights. I have UV light bulbs that you just screw into the regular lamp. It depends on the type of light. You can't get a bunch of vitamin D from just a regular old light bulb, sir. It has to be. What do you think tanning is? What are they using for tanning? Do you know that when white people lay in a tanning booth, it gives them an opioid effect? It gives them an opioid effect in their brain. That's why they become addicted to tanning. Well, what other reason would you get? What other reason would you need to lay out in the sun? I'm confused. What other reason would you need besides getting the vitamin D? Not to get tan? Black people don't get tan. Black people don't get tan. Are you black, Mr. Perry? I've never asked you that. Are you black? Black people do not get tan. I wish we would stop using their fucking terms. I wish we would just stop. Yes, and I see them out on the beach getting cash, rubbing lotion on everything. I wish we would stop using their fucking vernacular. We don't get tan. This is our fucking natural state. You're living in an unnatural state. You working a job for 8 hours a day when the sun is out. You having your kids sitting in a fucking classroom all day when the sun is out. You avoiding the sun. You slathering sunscreen on your skin. All unnatural states. It's an unnatural state for your body to be in. The reason that you're not as brown as you should be is because you're not outside. Your kids don't even go outside and play. Your kids don't even go outside and play no more because why? You bought them a PS5. Why would they go outside? You bought them a PS5 to keep them in the house. They're doing everything possible to get you to keep your kids away from the one thing that's going to make them happy and healthy. And then you see that your kid is dilapidated. You see that your fucking kid, his emotions are all over the fucking place. He's just angry all the fucking time. Your kid is literally wearing a fucking hoodie in 90-degree fucking weather. I bought some self-tanner, going to put it on me. Enjoy. What the fuck do you think that's going to do? So you're adding a bunch of chemicals onto your skin. Anything that you put on your skin goes into your bloodstream. Why don't you just go outside? Why don't don't y'all just admit that y'all are too easily influenced by white people? Y'all are too easily. So you can't go outside because you disabled? So you never leave your house? They have assimilated. And here's the thing that cracks me up. Why the fuck were we forced to assimilate? Only to get infusions. Then that's a choice, ma'am. You're choosing not to go outside. If you have the ability to leave the house to get infusions, then you have the ability to leave the house. Just like this lady keeps inboxing me about how I reversed my congestive heart failure, and she's so confused because her doctor told her that she was healed up, and she's still taking 8 pills. Well, how is it that you ain't taking 8 pills when you and I have the same situation? Well, because you're choosing to take 8 pills. I said, your doctor is an advisor. He is not your boss. What the fuck? You're choosing to take 8 pills. I'm choosing not to take any of them. Right. This is the type of shit I get every day. Well, I don't understand. Well, what test did you take? I told you what test I took. I took this test. It's like, so the second time she asked me, I said the exact same thing again. Well, I took that test, and then my doctor said, your doctor is trying to make sure he gets his bills paid. Your doctor is making sure he gets his bills paid, ma'am. You're willing to pay his bills. I am not. I am not paying no pharmacist bills. I told y'all I was going to be on those pills as long as I needed to be on those pills to do whatever the fuck needed to happen to my heart. And as soon as he said, your shit is at 65%, which is above normal, I was done. He was like, yeah, well, we can wean you off. Okay, wean. As soon as he said that shit, I did not take another one. The doctor saved your life. That's what you believe. You saved your life. A doctor can't save your life. You saved your life. Unless you got into a fucking debilitating car accident or some shit like that, then you saved your life. Your will to live saved your life. Right. You're choosing to be in the house, except for when you go on fucking infusions. Right. She's still going to get that drug, though. She's probably a bot, though, so it doesn't matter. You don't even know what the fuck is in that infusion. You have no idea what the fuck they're putting in your body. Yet I gotta go to my infusion appointment on Thursday. So if you're not a bot, listen to what the fuck I'm saying. Whatever state you are in, you're choosing to be that. I literally typed this into Mother yesterday, and I will post it. I will post it as soon as we get off the live. But I typed it into her and said, I forgot to update you on my last doctor's visit, and told her that I've gone from an EF number of 20 to 65. And she was like, basically, holy shit. You don't understand how big that is. And she said, and all of this came from the fact that you were already eating according to your blood type. You were already doing all the stuff that you were supposed to be doing. Also, the writing helped you get all of that stuff out of your nervous system. I will post it. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different things you can do besides these infusions. They're just using you because they know they can make some money off of you. Ask them if they will give you the infusions if you don't have the insurance. Just ask them if they'll do that. Ask them if they'll give you the infusions for free. Just ask them if they'll give it to you for free. I was 300 pounds, now I'm 147. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Then why are you fucking disabled? You lost a whole other person. Why are you still disabled? Because you fucking choose to be. I don't have no sympathy for a motherfucker that chooses their situation. You choose to be disabled. You done lost a whole other person and you still disabled? Next. Why do you have the autoimmune disease, ma'am? Your lack of sunlight is why you have an autoimmune disease. It all leads back to your low vitamin D, ma'am, and the way that you are eating. Period. If you were not born with an autoimmune disease, you created it with your habits. I'm sorry that you feel like you have to defend your disability, but you defending your disability to me ain't gonna matter at all, because I don't give a fuck. Fuck your disability. That's what you should be saying to yourself. Don't nobody get to tell me I'm disabled. I used to race horse, was in sun. Ma'am, I don't give a fuck. Just go on, keep doing whatever you're doing, because it obviously is working so well for you. So, I don't even know why y'all be opening yourselves up to me. Then you want to get defensive about what the fuck it is I'm telling you. Why even say anything? Now you're on the defensive. This all started with your comment about I'm going to get some self-tanner and rub it all over my body. That's what it started. What do I have to be bitter about, ma'am? You're the one that brought this whole thing to this life. Now I'm bitter? Because you got defensive? Anything that's going on in your life, you are allowing it to happen. A doctor cannot tell you that you're fucking disabled. You're the only one that can tell yourself that you're fucking disabled. You're the only one. Because you're the only one that your brain is going to fucking listen to. So you have decided to internalize what this doctor has told you, rather than overriding what the fuck he said to you and getting your ass up and doing something about it. I don't give a fuck about your self-tanning. I told you it's not the same as you going outside. And then you said you were disabled. And I said, so you never leave the house? And you said for infusions. That's the whole rabbit hole, ma'am. And now you mad. And now I'm bitter. Bitter about what? Do y'all even know the definition of bitter? You need to breathe. My doctor prescribes vitamin. Of course he does. Because you are going to pay for it. He's going to keep writing those prescriptions until he runs out of motherfucking prescriptions to write, bitch. Because you are going to buy it. He sees you coming. Again, a doctor is an advisor. He is not your boss. He doesn't get to tell you what the fuck to do. They like the attention. That's what it is. A lot of people like the attention of the doctor. They like to be under a doctor's care because it makes them feel like somebody cares about them. People like the attention of the doctor. They like to be under a doctor's care because it makes them feel like somebody cares about them. I'm not that person. I care enough about myself too as I had a doctor's appointment on Thursday. I rescheduled this shit for next Thursday. I'm not in the mood to go see no doctor tomorrow. She's like, oh, we're going to see you tomorrow, right? No, I'm not in the mood to go to the doctor tomorrow. Can we do it next Thursday? Nope. Not in the mood. These doctors keep me alive. Woo, where's your faith? I have no PhD. Bitch, I don't need a PhD to have motherfucking common sense. You the stupid motherfucker out here buying everything your doctor writes on a goddamn white pad. I don't need a goddamn PhD to have some goddamn critical thinking skills. You sound bitter. Y'all see how easily people attack me? Now, when I call her everything but a motherfucking child of God, she gonna leave off here crying. She's probably crying already. Y'all see? I be so glad that y'all be witnessing the bullshit. Y'all see? I be so glad that y'all be witnessing the bullshit. Because I get this shit all day. Well, you said, and blah, blah, blah. Bitch, what I said was, I took the same test you took, but I choose not. Said to my doctor, I guess we're done here, because he's a fucking cardiologist. You just told me that my heart is healed up. I don't need to see you anymore. He's like, oh, no, I'm going to see you next month. Let's do a sleep apnea test. Like, are you grasping at straws, motherfucker? Why is my live? Why is my live rewinding? No one's. Why is my live rewinding? No one said anything about it rewinding. They keep asking your friend to take. The only reason and to do X-rays and all is because it looks something to get you on a fucking hook. What would you have done if this was before 1903? What would you have done? Wasn't nobody missing out on no goddamn vitamin D in 1903 when they made all these what is this shit made from? Petroleum. Before they made all these petroleum based. Oh, hold on. You know what? I'll tell you why. I had it on Wi-Fi. I just put it on 5G. So hopefully this will be better. Let me know if it stopped. Let me know if it's okay. Okay. I forgot. As soon as I come out here, it gets all wacky. So I got to turn it on 5G. I'm having a great weekend. All I'm doing is cleaning up. That's all I'm doing. I said, well, let me go on out here and talk to these people before, and get my son talk to these people before I get into the weeds when it comes to hanging up and all these clothes and shit. I hate when somebody pulls in up there. Thank you. So I guess maybe this lady is done talking. I hope. Is that a black person? I can't tell. How you doing? Yes, they're all over now. They're in the chair. They're on the bed. They're on the chaise. They're in the baskets. Because I just swapped out my winter stuff with my summer stuff and giving a bunch of stuff away. And every quarter, I like to donate. And we end up donating to the, look at this guy. Look at this. No boundaries. Just. His leg is hurt. I just gave him a chill gummy. And an Advil. So he's going to be out the rest of the day. So he can heal up. Any tips on getting off the CPAP machine? Don't get on it. They trying to put me on one. I'm not getting on that. Nope. Oh, you have sleep apnea. I've lived 57 years with sleep apnea, then I'm fine. I'll be all right. Because I don't want to start nothing that I'm going to get addicted to. I don't want to start nothing that I'm going to have to get dependent on. Did you read about the many degrees that are nullified? Yeah. Now ain't none of y'all going to have PhDs anymore. All of that money, all of those degrees, all of those credentials, y'all pointed at me and said, you don't have any credentials. Who do you think you are talking to people? Right. Look at him. Check him out. Check him out. Check this big old indigenous nose out. Look at all of that. Ain't y'all the same ones that said I didn't have any credentials? You don't have any credentials. You don't have none either. At least I didn't pay no money for none. Now you done paid all that money, still got loans, and don't have no credentials. Look at that. You got me fucked up. Because if I had paid for mine, I'd be fighting that shit. I saw an old lady today. I call her an old lady because she came off as an old lady. Like, we might have been the same age, but for some reason it was like she was making herself old. I don't know. But anyway, she was talking about this fund, the $1.8 billion fund. And she was saying, you know, J.D. Vance gave the qualification saying anybody who the government was weaponized against you, thank you, the government was weaponized against you, you qualify for the fund. And then she said, well, you know, that's not our lane. They didn't make it for us and we're not going to apply. I was like, who not going to apply? But then she's reading off all of these ways, like the Homestead Act, the Social Security Act, and all these other acts that we were excluded from. And we didn't get our money or land or whatever from that act that was passed by Congress. And then say, well, after they go ahead and do this, now we have it on the record that this is why they're getting paid for the weaponization. Then we're going to go to court. I was like, nah, we're going to apply. And here's what I think you should do. Okay. Here's what I think you should do. You thought I was around 39 or 40? No, that's my son. My son is 35. Here's what I think. We all need to apply. Bottleneck the shit out of the... First of all, I don't even think it's going to happen. That's number one. Let me clarify. It ain't going to happen. Now that it's going around that black people will also be applying for it, it ain't going to happen. Because remember, the minute they find out that it's going to also benefit us, they are going to do everything in their power to make sure it does not pass. That's the first thing. So y'all can stop getting excited about that. First of all, it's not going to happen. Now, let's say if, and that is a very small I and a small f, if it does happen to pass, every single black person in America that is indigenous to America needs to apply for it. Okay? If nothing else, just to create a motherfucking bottleneck and to slow that shit the fuck down. That's number one. Number two, if you are denied compensation, then you sue for discrimination. Because you said this was a fund for Americans. First of all those people are European immigrants. We can literally trace their roots back to 1900 when they came here on boats. That's first and foremost. You said perfect rainy weather talk. Secondly, if we are discriminated against, then we take them to court and sue for that. Thirdly, they owe us way more than $1.8 billion. They owe us way more. But here's what needs to happen. If you are denied and you are discriminated against, sue them. But also, if you aren't denied, then you go after the fucking companies. Go after the companies that used your free labor. That's what you need to do. I keep telling you, y'all sleeping on these damn corporations. America is a corporation. It was made into a corporation. That is the reason we had the fucking Revolutionary War, and they signed off on it. They made us a corporation. Every single citizen here is collateral, just like they used to use slaves for collateral. Not indigenous and mutt with indigenous African American and European admixtures. Are you talking about me? Are you talking about me, sir? You're saying I'm a mutt with indigenous African American and European admixtures? You can say whatever the fuck you want, because who the fuck are you? I don't give a fuck if I have 23 goddamn admixtures. My family is indigenous to this land. You mad? You mad? You mad? Because the motherfuckers that y'all claim to be indigenous to this land aren't even indigenous to this land. Them people that you think are indigenous are not. Them $5 Indians that y'all have slapped the word indigenous onto, those are natives. We are indigenous. We've been here for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. I'm sorry that you bought into the bullshit. And in fact, the people that used us as collateral, J.P. Morgan, was the person behind the photographer that paid the photographer to take the pictures, the fake ass pictures of these Native Americans. J.P. Morgan, the same one that accepted 13,000 slaves as collateral for somebody's loan. He's the person that funded the reason why you think these woo-woo-woos are the indigenous people of this land. You've been hoodwinked, my friend. You've been hoodwinked by the same people over and over and over again. Same motherfuckers. Same families. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the J.P. Morgans. They're all the ones that run the country. But it's okay. It's okay, boo-boo. You don't know your roots, and that's fine. Just because you don't know your roots doesn't mean I don't know mine. Yeah, all of them. It's the same names over and over and over again. And that's who we need to fucking go after. We be wasting our time with this whole, we're going to sue the government, Nah, them ain't the ones that extracted all this free labor from you for 246 years. The ones that are still extracting. Did y'all hear about them making homelessness illegal in Louisiana? First of all, I would not take my black ass back to Louisiana for no money in the world. You could not pay me. In New York, they pushed back talking about reparations for 2 years. Of course they did. Thank you. I ain't bothered by that crackhead. I ain't bothered by him. He probably got a white wife sitting right next to him right now. So they've outlawed homelessness, and let me tell you what they've done. Remember me teaching y'all about when we first got emancipated, they made the slave codes and the black code, slave codes, all of those laws that they made up that just affected black people. Because in the 13th Amendment, it says slavery is abolished except for when you are a prisoner. Okay? So that is the law. Remember I told you, they never do anything new. It's always the same shit over and over and over again, but it's rebranded. So now they're telling people in Louisiana that you have a choice. If you are homeless and they arrest you, same old playbook. If they arrest you, you can choose to either go to jail and do labor, or you can go into a rehab facility that you have to pay for out of your own pocket. Now, if they had rehab money, they would probably have a home, right? So it's the convict leasing all over again. Yep. It's the convict leasing all over again. Because what they did was they would arrest you for vagrancy. You could just be standing on a corner and they would say, hey, nigga, what the fuck are you doing standing on this corner? And why ain't you busy doing something? This is why in the black body, you feel guilty about not working. You feel guilty not doing something every fucking minute of the fucking day. Because that epigenetics was passed down to us, right? Hey, nigga, what are you doing just standing there, not working, not doing stuff? Da, 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 da. Why aren't you busy? Well, they would throw your ass in jail. And then they would contact the very same slave owner whose plantation you just left and tell him, come and bail you out. And now you have to work for that same motherfucker again. The one that just was forced to free you. So he comes and pays your $150 in bail. So how much was that? Was that like $10,000? Somebody do the math, because I can't do it while I'm sitting here holding the phone. How much is $150 in 2025 if it was in 1865? How much is $150 in 1865 in 2026? I think it's something like $2,500 maybe. $15,000. You see how much money that is? Do you see how much money that is? So now you gotta go to work for that nigga again to pay off a $15,000 debt. That was a trap. That was what they wrote into the Constitution. To this day, that's what the 13th Amendment says. That is why they are putting people in prison, because it is still slavery. I heard something interesting the other day where I don't even remember who they said it was that said it. I think it might have been W.E.B. Du Bois, who said it's easier to enslave people that believe they are free than it is to keep people enslaved. Which I agree. You got, that's why I said I thought it was like 1,500. He said 15,000. The decimal's in the wrong place, Mr. Johnson. Listen, either way, that's a lot of fucking money. That's a lot of money. Especially if they making you work for what? Minimum wage, $7 an hour? You heard what that word was cool. He's got an Asian population of prisoners. Hit me younger prisoners. I don't know what you're saying, Mr. Perry. Because you have no... You heard what that word was cool. He's got it. I don't know. So 35. Either way, it's a lot of fucking money. Back then, $150 was a lot of fucking money. Right? I mean, the whole cash bail system is already a fucking rig. The whole cash bail system is already fucking rigged against us to begin with. Hi! It's already a setup. Look at this guy. He said, I'm gonna stay in here and protect you from the shade if you don't mind. If somebody comes, I'll get them. But I'm gonna be inside though. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. You're sleepy. You don't know what to do with yourself. You sleepy? You want me to let up the umbrella so you can lay under the umbrella and get a breeze? You want me to do it? You want me to do it? I swear this dog has no idea that he's 95 pounds. He just wants to be on my lap. You want to be on mommy's lap? He's tired. Hi! He's tired. He's tired from that chill gummy. Thank you. He's tired from that chill gummy. He don't know what to do with himself. Now he's just hyping himself up. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. All it was a damn car. All it was a car. Now he's got to be day from Top Flight Security. We got action. We got action. They getting us, y'all. Y'all gotta stay vigilant. He is big. He's 95 pounds. He's pretty intimidating, I guess. They getting us, y'all. We gotta stay vigilant. We letting people that only make up 8% of the world's population. I mean, but it literally goes back to the plantation. You had 500 fucking slaves on the plantation and 4 people running the joint. Like, none of this shit makes sense to me. None of this shit makes sense to me. That warden in Florida told the jury not to put those young people to death. Oh, yeah. I want to say, I thought he was in Louisiana. That warden. Ouch. I just stepped on one of them little things. I need to use the blower thing out here again. It was Florida? That makes sense that it was in Florida. Well, here's what's happening with the prison population. The prison this just goes to show you that people are not committing crimes as much as they used to, right? Because the prison population is older. So that means young people aren't going to jail as much as they used to, which is a clear indication that crime is not as prevalent as they want you to believe it is. So the people that are in prison are too old to do all of this labor that they want to lease them out for. So now, as soon as they get a young person in front of them, trust me, they're going to throw the entire book at them. And this is why I'm telling y'all, you have to be extra vigilant when it comes to your kids. Keep your eyes on your fucking kids, because they are coming for them. That's why they out here making all these little ticky-tack laws, and it's vagrancy laws all over again. Curfews and all this other shit. Our kids already get suspended from school more than any other group. I hope that they're getting it. And your kid getting suspended from school is the pipeline to juvenile detention, to CPS being in your child's life and in your life, and then next step is prison. So you guys have to be extra vigilant when it comes to your fucking kids these days. Yeah, you got life. That's what the whole plan is. When you take away all of the programs, when I was growing up, we had all kinds of after-school programs. We had the Boys and Girls Club. We had the Dayton Christian Center. We had all of these places that you could go. I don't know why y'all not homeschooling y'all kids, especially black people. I don't give a fuck what other people be doing, but black people need to keep their kids at home, not locked in the house all goddamn day. Schooling is more than your kid sitting in a fucking classroom. All they're doing is getting your kid used to bells and whistles and doing what they're fucking told and watching the fucking clock. That's all they're doing, is training your kid to go to fucking prison and military. That's it. They're either going to the fucking military or they're going to the fucking prison. Yeah, they mad that women ain't having children. That's why they changed that law. Homeschooling your kid will be able to fucking have common sense and critically think. They don't want your kids to have common sense and critically think. You don't critically think at school. All you do is memorization. The only thing school is about is memorizing the shit so you can pass the fucking test. That's it. And y'all you better study for that test, study for that test, study for that test, study for that test, study for that test. Your kids can't even read. Fantastic, Miss Sue. This is why I keep telling. I know so many teachers. Like, I have friends that are teachers. I have one friend that's the principal of a school. And I've said to them, why are y'all not creating these community schools? Like, if I were a teacher, I would completely leave the system and I would charge 20 parents to teach their fucking kids. That's it. I would charge 20 parents. And there are parents that will pay you to do that. Why are y'all not doing that? Y'all sitting around trying to make yourself fit into a system that you know is working against you and the kids. Why are you not doing that? Because y'all have assimilated to this bullshit and y'all just keep going with it. If I had to do it all over again, Jordan would have been homeschooled, period. Because I didn't even put him in school. Jordan was not around strangers at all. Like, my family kept him until he went to school. And then they were like, well, because his birthday is in September, they were like, well, he's closer to 4 than he is to 5, so let's wait another year. And I was like, fine. And then when we moved from Ohio to Maryland, they were trying to skip him 2 grades. And I was like, absolutely fucking not. My grandpa was Blackfoot. I don't know what tribe my grandma was, but my grandma had braids. My great-grandma and my grandma, my great-grandma and my great-great-grandma both had braids, 2 plaits that went all the way down to their waist. I don't know what tribe they were from. I have to ask my Aunt Lynn. It is for bragging rights. They want to say, oh, my child graduated top of their class. Who gives a fuck? Just like y'all sitting out here with this whole education bullshit. And these fucking... Y'all just want to have a bunch of fucking paper on the wall that you done paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for because you believe that that's what makes you who you are. If you have to get your identity from what a white man tells you, then nah, that ain't gonna work for me. Don't nobody have to tell me I'm smart, and I'm not gonna jump through a bunch of fucking hoops to prove that I'm smart. Black people are smart in ways white people are not. That is also why they changed the curriculum and they changed the tests. Because even when we were segregated, our schools were dilapidated. Our schools were dilapidated. I write about this in my books, Both Sides of the Whip. Our schools, it was supposed to be separate but equal, right? Our schools were dilapidated and falling apart. The difference is we actually had teachers that gave a fuck about us. Right, we are creators. That's what we do. But more importantly, we had teachers that cared about us because the teachers came from the community. Everybody knew. Everybody knew the teachers. The kids knew the teachers. The parents knew the teachers. The teachers lived in the communities where they taught the kids. So they had a vested interest in these kids doing well, right? So when the testing and stuff came out, our kids tested higher than these kids with these state-of-the-art schools. So they started noticing that our kids were testing higher on the state scores, even though they were not getting any of the benefits from the state as far as making the schools more modern and all this other shit. And then they didn't help the black people. They changed the test so that the test was better for the white people than it was for us. Everything that they've ever done has been rigging shit in their fucking favor. Nothing has ever been equal. in this country. So why do we keep buying into the bullshit? It's always been a rigged system. The whole system, the system ain't even rigged. The system is created to benefit them. But we keep trying to make room for ourselves in their system. Instead of creating a system for ourselves, we have the 15th largest economy in the world, just the black community. Why are we still trying to fit into their fucking system? No, it's not going to change soon. And we need to stop hoping that it does. It's not. It requires that we create our own fucking system. And y'all too scary to fucking do that shit. Y'all too goddamn scary to do it. We could create our own currency right now. We could literally create our own currency right now. And never use the fucking dollar ever again. But y'all too scary to do that. You're so busy you're still to this day accepting scraps from Massa's table. To this day. Still accepting scraps. I don't care if you are a billionaire or not, you still accepting scraps. Hi. I'm just sitting out here enjoying the day. You're telling me we got the 15th largest economy in the entire world, a larger economy than Dubai and all of these other places, and we're still out here being slaves to the dollar. We're still out here being slaves to their system. We could have been done built a nation within a nation, and we're still not doing it. Well, they burned down all... Who gives a fuck? They got guns, we got guns. Because the only thing they respect is that. No amount of begging and pleading and voting and all of this other shit. They don't respect nothing but violence. That's their entire language. Yeah. How can we stop spending our money with them? Choose not to spend your money with them. Why do y'all be asking me these questions when you are in full control of your fucking faculties? How can we stop spending money with them? The only thing that you should be spending money on with them is fucking necessities. Electricity, fucking water, fucking internet. After that, your money doesn't have to go to them at all. Y'all ain't even ready to live off the grid. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want to live off the grid. I'm not built for the apocalypse. But what I will say is, you can limit the money that you spend with them. You just paying your fucking bills. It's all you need to do. You said your son moved to Dubai? Yeah, I'm not moving to Dubai. I've been there. They got too much shit going on with them. I ain't moving nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. I am not leaving the country that belongs to me and surrendering it to a bunch of fucking locusts. They'll leave before I leave. Absolutely fucking not. They're not mutants, they're mutations. Get that right. They're not mutants, they're mutations. There's a difference. Mutants imply powerful. I'm fed up. I'm not asking nobody for fucking permission. Too many niggas be asking white folks for fucking permission and give us what you owe us. They're not going to give us what they owe us. Because they can never give us what they fucking owe us. They can't. They can't give it to us. Because they owe us their fucking lives. They have been living off us like parasites since they came out of those caves. And that's how y'all have to start thinking about it. They have been sucking off of our fucking tits since they came out of the fucking cave. And the thing that slaps me in the face every fucking day is literally the fact that they don't even realize how much they fucking need us to survive. That's how uneducated these motherfuckers are. Because what happened to your little town you tried to build a few months ago? What happened to that town? Defunct. Yeah, I'm not giving them shit. I'm not leaving. So when I see black people talking about, yeah, I'm leaving the country, fuck that shit. To become an immigrant somewhere else, let me tell you something. Nobody likes immigrants. There's not a country you can go to on this planet where they're like, yeah, come on, we love immigrants, yeah. They may say that to you in Ghana, the year of return and all that other shit. But you're still going to have to deal with the people that live there that don't like fucking immigrants coming to their country, raising the fucking prices, because that's what immigrants do. That's colonization. So you are going to someone else's country and fucking colonizing their country. That's white people shit. That's white people shit. Oh yeah, let's all just move to Mexico. Do you think the Mexicans are going to be okay with that? Just like I live in Nevada. They can't stand motherfucking Californians. We had to hurry up and change our tags. We had to make sure we got them Nevada tags on our cars. Hey, Fuchu. They be talking about Californians like they talk about niggas. Yeah, all these motherfucking Californians coming over here raising the fucking price. Because we raised the fucking price. Hi. I love it. Love, love, love. Wherever immigrants go, this is why when white people move into your neighborhood and they start gentrifying shit, the prices go up. Nobody wants the prices to go up. That's how Montana people feel about Californians. First of all, everybody hates Californians. I don't care where you go. If you go to Texas, you go wherever you go. Everybody hates Californians. Oh, they're so liberal. They're so nah. Everybody hates them. But whenever a bunch of you move, just like when all them niggas moved from the South to the West Coast, to California. Those niggas that were already in California was mad. Them niggas was mad. Because all these southern blacks had now moved into where they have these middle class houses and shit. That whole boule and all them upper class niggas. They didn't want to be associated with them southern niggas. They did not want to be associated with them at all. Look at all these niggers. They said they literally made documentaries about it. That they did not even identify with the black people that came from the South. They identified more with the white people. Yeah, just bring it down the neighborhood. That is the whole mindset of wherever you're going to go. If an influx of us went somewhere else, that's going to be the sentiment. So why would I put myself in that position? I've already lived outside the country once, and I brought my ass back home. I'm not going to put myself in a position to be a fucking immigrant somewhere else. Yeah, that's what happened. I'm not doing that. Somebody just asked me a little while ago, and I totally missed it, how to subscribe for Mother. To get Mother, and let me tell you something. Every black household needs to be subscribed to Mother. And these are the type of things that you need to ask her about. These are the type of deep questions you should be asking her. Because she's going to give you the down and dirty. Okay? She's going to give you the raw, uncensored fucking truth about what it is we need to be doing as black people in America. She going to tell you. Okay? So to get her, you just go to ourblk.com. AI ... Okay? Because once I finish this room, I'm going to sit down and start that whole process, that tedious process. But I'm still trying to think of things to put, other data sets to put in her before I add her to the App Store. That's what's taking me so long. But that works out for y'all because I told you I'm not going to change the price until she goes into the App Store. So that works out for y'all. But I'm hoping to be done with that process by the end of the week. Repeat the address. It's our BLK. Black is abbreviated. So it's our BLKAI. .com. You know I have to talk in code. If somebody can type it into the comments, that would be great. Because I can't. They don't allow us to type nothing over here. Mother just gave me a bunch of questions to ask my doctor. Good. That's exactly what you need to be doing. I talked to her yesterday about my my menopause belly and all of that. Well, as a blood type AB, we are also insulin resistant. And I think that's what my biggest issue is. And so we discussed everything about that and the products that I need to use. So I'm actually about to order the inositol fusion, which inositol helps with insulin resistance, which is probably why a lot of women have the menopause belly, because estrogen actually aids in the synthesis of your insulin. And so when you lose the estrogen going through menopause, it won't let you type it in. Can somebody else just type it in? Yes, because blood type AB is both A and B, so we have very similar issues. The insulin resistance is a problem. I'm taking dose that helps with menopause issues. The only issue that I have is the weight gain. I'm 6 years in. Y'all still got high flashes. I'm all the way past that. Mother is called Our. There you go. Can you pin it? Let me see if I can pin it. There we go. It's pinned. That's where you need to go to get Mother. You just signed up? Good. No, that's my issue to the menopause belly. It helps detox your liver and your yeah, my mind comes from insulin resistance. So what Mother said was inositol and myocryatone, I think. But I have a product in our lineup called inositol fusion, which is those two products. So I'm about to start using that. Also, ashwagandha helps with that, and maca root also helps with any carbohydrate cravings, which I have a lot of carbohydrate cravings right now. Hi. I have a lot of carbohydrate cravings right now. Menopause is just no joke. I would not. I'm almost done though. I'm almost done. What tea can I drink to clean my gut? I'm 76. Well, we have a nighttime tea. It's in my TikTok shop. We're almost done with that tea though. So we're down to our last few. But it's in there, and I think it might be 2 for $20. But right now you get 15% off your checkout for the Memorial Day sale. So we still have the 3 for $99 sale going on. And you can combine it with the 15% off your total checkout for Memorial Day. Oh, what I wanted to tell y'all about Mother too. Mother. I have to stop putting R on it. What I wanted to tell y'all too is we have a whole campaign going on because I reversed my congestive heart failure in just 6 months. And I can definitely attribute it to the writing. You know, just clearing out my nervous system, writing all of those books, grieving for my ancestors and what they went through and all that. Can I pin the products? Can somebody put CE Organics on the screen for me? Okay. You're in perimenopause. Ugh. Yeah, I'm 6 years in. That shit hit me like a ton of bricks, dude. Hit me like a ton of bricks. Yeah, my congestive heart failure came from the menopause. You have congestive heart failure? I'm not surprised. Well, 60% of black people will die from heart-related issues. Hold on. Okay, I just pinned it. That's where you need to go for the products. 60% of black people have heart-related issues, and we get diagnosed earlier than other people do. And the reason that we have a lot of heart-related issues is because of the epigenetics. Yeah. What happens is our hearts depend on estrogen. Estrogen is what is responsible for your arteries and veins dilating and constricting. Once the body is low in estrogen, your arteries and your veins no longer constrict and dilate the way they are designed to. So now that puts pressure on your heart. And then you couple that with allostatic load, which is racial stress, chronic racial stress, and then combine that with the 400 years of epigenetics that are passed down from generation to generation, also still lives in our nervous system. So it's a perfect storm of bullshit. I don't have any wrinkles because I don't stress out about things. I will cuss a motherfucker out in a heartbeat. That's one of the things that helped my heart to heal up really, really fast. The minute you stop giving a fuck what people think about you and trying to be polite and play respectability politics, your entire life is going to change. A lot of the stress we deal with comes from other people, but a lot of the stress we put on ourselves. I've had these since I was a kid, so these are not new. I've always had these lines in my neck. So that was when I became diagnosed with the congestive heart failure, and at the root of that was the menopause, which was giving me anxiety as well. And so I had all of this pent up anxiety, all this pent up 400 years of ancestral shit in my nervous system, and we all have that. And unless you clear that out of your nervous system, because your body does not know it's not 1800, your body does not know that it's not 1808. It just doesn't know that, because you're still dealing with the same shit. Okay? So this is what y'all don't understand. Our bodies don't know what the time is. But if you are still showing the same biomarkers, then your body's like, oh, we're still enslaved, because we still have the same raised cortisol, we still have the same raised adrenaline, we still have the same raised hormones, we still have all of this shit going on. So our body is like, oh, we're still in survival mode. So your body is living in survival mode, even though you don't think that you are in survival mode. So what your mind knows and what your body believes are two different things. And that is what is at the root of our problems. That is what allostatic load is. It is the load of the stress we are carrying from generation to generation, dealing with racial discrimination and microaggressions and turn the other cheek and take the higher road. Like how we were taught to process our feelings internalizes our feelings, and that energy is what fucks our organs up. Yeah, we've been going through it and we just didn't know why, and the doctors are not going to tell you why, because the minute they tell you why, you're going to come up off those prescription drugs, and that's not good for them. Fats, get over here before you step on something. Hey, how you doing? Go in the house. Go inside and lay down. So what is happening is we don't realize that our nervous system is running all the time. What symptoms did you have before determining it was congestive heart failure? The same ones you had. I don't know why y'all asked me that. The same ones you have right now are the same ones I had. Gout flare-ups come from you eating the wrong food. We all have the same symptoms. It doesn't matter if they're different symptoms or not. If your heart is not pumping what it's supposed to be pumping, then you are in congestive heart failure. Okay? A normal number is between 50 and 55%. Your heart is supposed to be pumping the blood through your arteries and veins. But if they cannot get through your arteries and veins easily, then that's going to lower your percentage that your heart is able to pump blood. That is what congestive heart failure means. So I went from a heart failure of 20, my number was 20, to 65 in just 6 months. I am no longer taking the congestive heart failure medication. I'm not even taking my high blood pressure medication. When that man said your heart is fine, I was like, oh. He's like, yeah, we can wean you off of the heart meds, but you still need to take. Nah, I'm gonna stop taking all of it, but thank you. Nah, I'm gonna stop. Thanks though. That was 2 weeks ago. No. When did I go? The 30th. I haven't taken high blood pressure or congestive heart failure medication since the 30th. What do you do, please? What do you do, please? What? Well, I don't understand your question. Do what I do is what I'm doing right now. Chilling. That's what I do. I don't understand your question. What am I going to be doing in a few minutes? Cleaning up my room. Hanging up clothes and folding up laundry. What am I going to do after that? Get something to eat. So I don't understand your question. Do you take other meds? I literally just said I do not. I stopped taking all of the meds. I don't know why y'all think that's so difficult to do. Look, I didn't die. Look, both hands. It cracks me up when y'all think that something is going to happen to you because you're not putting this petroleum in your body every day. What do you think's going to happen? Hi. What you think's going to happen, boo-boo? What you think's going to happen? You think your heart's going to explode? How you do it, please tell me. Stop. What can replace OxyContin? Nothing. Stop taking it. Do you know how long it takes for medication to leave your body? Do you know how long it takes? 72 fucking hours. I was addicted to Dilaudid and got off the shit cold turkey. And 72 hours later, I was just fine. Y'all are addicted because you want to be. Y'all are taking them drugs because you want to take them. Stop blaming it on somebody else. Can't no doctor make you do nothing you don't want to do. You want to take them. I never wanted to take them. You're in sheer pain. You're in sheer pain because that medication makes you believe you're in more pain than you actually are. That's what it's designed to do. Go look it up. Same as Dilaudid. It makes your brain believe you are in more pain than you actually are to keep you on the drug. That is literally what it does. You could literally take some fucking Advil And now we need to get to the fucking root of your pain. Where is this pain coming from? What pain are you in? It is. What pain are you in? I'm not getting on none of that shit. Because emerging science just keeps coming out about all those GLPs. I was considering it, and I'll be damned. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. I'm not putting no mystery. Y'all be the same motherfuckers that talk about not taking the fucking COVID shot. And y'all are the first ones that, well, where can I get some trizepatide? Where can I get some Manjaro? Where can I get some Wegovy? Shows me what your fucking priorities are. So y'all would rather lose all of your muscle and even some of your brain capacity dealing with motherfucking GLPs. Because that's what it does. To be skinny, enjoy. Enjoy. I'm not doing it. I don't know what's in that. And I'm allergic to too many things to be fucking around with some shit injected in me. Absolutely fucking not. Thank you for licking my elbow. Y'all be the same ones like, it's the jab. Bitch, you jabbing yourself every week to try to be skinny. It weakens your bones and your muscles. It eats away at your muscle tissue. Do you know that the body needs more muscle as you age, not less muscle? So you're literally taking something that is going to eat away at your muscle and your bone faster than aging does. No, thank you. Oh, so cute. No, I'm cool. I'm going to give you this gut. I'm going to give you these big titties. I'm going to give you what I got. And that's going to be that on that. It is what the fuck it is. I don't have nobody I'm trying to look sexy for. I do not care. As long as I got cute clothes, I'll be fine. And I ain't never going to get but so big. Because I got little ass legs. So I'm going to be a chicken. No. I can already tell that just me taking this few days of ashwagandha and shit, that it's working. So I'll be fine. And I don't want to do nothing I have to stay on. And that's some shit you're going to have to stay on. So even if you do reach your desired weight, you're still going to have to be injecting yourself with that shit. Absolutely fucking not. Once this menopause shit is gone, I'll be just fine. And I'm not even going to wait for it to be gone. I'm just going to deal with the shit. What the science shows that works, I'm just going to be taking that. And it has to be herbal. I'm not doing no prescriptions. I'm not going to get no HRT. I'm not doing any of those things. Women have been doing this for 300,000 years. And the herbs have been helping them. I'm not deviating from that. Ain't shit a doctor can do for me. So, as far as this Memorial Day, y'all should be taking advantage of Mother and her ability to write letters. I think that this is a perfect time for you guys to, if you haven't already done it, go and join and start writing letters to your ancestors. I believe fully that if I had not written those books and reconnected with my ancestors and realized what I needed to be thinking and what I needed to be believing and all of this shit needed to change, I would still be on those drugs and I would still be sick. You said you never took meds after your hysterectomy. You had your menopause early. I don't need to take anything for my menopause. I don't have menopause symptoms like y'all have menopause symptoms. I had them. I no longer have them. Once you are in menopause, and then here's the thing. Once you are in menopause, you have phases of menopause. I'm no longer in that phase that a lot of y'all are in. Do I believe in medical Mary Jane? Yes. My son uses weed. I don't use weed because I don't have a tolerance for THC, but absolutely. It came from the earth, sweetheart. I would much rather you be on that than you be on some shit that they made at the lab. Okay? And that's not addictive. That shit that you're sitting on is addictive. All you have to do is drink. Listen, to come off of that shit, for 3 days, you're going to be in pain. So get all the Advil you can get your fucking hands on. Take them every fucking 4 hours. You're going to probably be throwing up in a bucket. Just prepare yourself for that. And lots of fucking water. Get you some electrolytes. Some electrolyte powder. We have electrolyte powder. Gatorade is electrolyte powder. And rough it out for 3 days. And get it out of your fucking system. And be done with it for all. Just be done with it. Y'all think that this rehab shit is something that you have to go into, check into. You ain't got to do all that shit. That's how they make money off of y'all. Because y'all believe that that's what you have to do. That's not what you have to do. It only takes 3 days for shit to cycle out of your body. Stop letting these people get y'all money. They don't want you to be cured. They want you to continue to stay the way you are. Because that's how they fucking make money. But if you want to be cured, you have to stop doing what you're doing. Period. There is no... Just like when my doctor wrote that thing about me weaning myself off of it. Fuck a weaning. Why do I need to wean anything? Because it's going to prolong my use of the drug. Alcohol withdrawal is serious. And I withdrew from that too. I don't drink either. And I was a fucking alcoholic. Like a for real alcoholic. I don't go to no classes. I don't need any of that shit. I just decided I wasn't going to do it anymore. I got some non-alcoholic beer in the refrigerator right now. Y'all are just looking for anything y'all can to escape reality. And rather than you dealing with the fucking reality of the situation and getting to the bottom of the problem is you have a bunch of fucking generations worth of shit in your fucking nervous system that you're trying to quiet the voices. All of those voices are your fucking ancestors. I don't know how many times I can fucking say that. The voices that you're hearing are your fucking ancestors asking you to fucking acknowledge them. But you're going to go to the church and acknowledge the big white man in the sky. Hey, Sean, you're going to take it. You can take it to Jesus. Jesus ain't going to do a goddamn thing for you. He never has, and he never fucking will. Never has. Never has. Your ancestors have been everything to you. The reason that you were sitting here right now is because of your fucking ancestors. And it's so disrespectful that you don't even acknowledge them. You don't miss them. I really miss them. Then why are you not showing them that you miss them? It's not enough for you. Real love is not enough for you to just say, I love you. Real love is action. If you're not taking any action to show these people that sacrifice everything to bring you to this plane of existence, then how are you really showing your love for them? I show my mother every single day that I acknowledge her and I love her by keeping my fucking house clean. Because my mother was a fucking stickler for her fucking little Section 8 apartment to be clean every day. Section 8 apartment. Okay? I make sure I keep my motherfucking house clean to honor her. How do I honor my grandma? I just continue to build businesses because it was my grandma that always told me never get married and be a businesswoman. So I just keep building. I just keep creating more and more shit to honor her and to honor every woman that came before me that had no fucking choice, that never had a fucking voice, never had any ability to fight back, the ability to say no when her husband wanted to roll over on her in the middle of the night fucking drunk. I honor them by doing what the fuck I do every day and just speaking out and being free to fucking speak out. They weren't free to speak out. My mom told me when I was little, if you had been born when I was born, you would have been hanging from a tree. I take that very seriously because ain't no motherfucker hanging me from a goddamn thing. So I'm going to speak out because she couldn't. I'm going to speak out because my grandma couldn't. And my great-grandma. And my great-great-grandma before her. So y'all just sitting back and depending on all these drugs and numbing yourselves and drinking yourself into a stupor and all that other shit. All you need to do to get over this shit is to get it out of your fucking system. And that means writing forgiveness letters to yourself, the people that have wronged you, your lived trauma, your fucking past trauma that you're carrying. All of that shit has to come out. Because the reason that you're feeling the way you're feeling is because all of that shit has been internalized and you've turned all of that energy on yourself. I'm not internalizing shit that don't belong to me. And I'm not internalizing shit that do belong to me. If somebody wrongs me, I let them know right then and there. Because what I'm not going to do is thinking about it later on. Like, I should have cut that motherfucker out. I don't ever miss an opportunity to cuss a motherfucker out. I said past and present trauma. Y'all work with people on your job to be traumatizing you. And y'all just take it every day and get up and go back and I hate this fucking job. Write a fucking letter to that motherfucker that you can't beat a motherfucker up. You can't get fired. You can't lose this job. Then write a fucking letter and cuss that motherfucker out. Hey, Malika. That's why I made that whole letter system. There's 100 different people you can write a fucking letter to in Mother right now. You're welcome. So how did I heal myself up? Cussing motherfuckers out, never turning cheeks, matching energy, and writing for the ancestors that were getting sexually terrorized every single fucking day. Writing for the ancestors who had to sell their kids as soon as they were fucking born. Writing for all of that. Yeah, just let it be. Nothing but cuss words. They ain't gonna see it, but at least it's out of your fucking system. And that's why I told my nieces to sign up for that. And you need to go and do it, Chili Pepper. You need to do it. But Chili Pepper, aren't you the same person that came in here the other day and told me I was a visitor in this country? Ain't that you? When we were talking about the indigenous, aren't you the Indian lady? Now you sorry? So when I said what I said about y'all being addicted to drugs and alcohol, and you're the same person that's asking me how to get off of OxyContin, I remember everybody that comes to this fucking live for the last 4 fucking years. That'll teach you, because y'all be the same ones that come back and ask me questions. My tone is my tone. My tone is never going to fucking change. Y'all gonna have to be the ones that stop being so fucking sensitive. Because I wouldn't tell y'all shit if I didn't love you. I don't love individual people. I just love everybody, if that makes sense. That's just how I'm built. I have 2 master numbers in my numerology, and I am my path is crazy. My whole path is, my destiny is nuts. Apparently, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Mother said I'm doing exactly what I was supposed to be doing, and that building her, this is her talking about herself, and building her was exactly what I was supposed to be doing. And I was like, which is so crazy. I'm even living where I'm supposed to be living according to the chart. I'm supposed to be living in the southwest or in the West. Well, it said Southwest. It said Arizona, but I ain't going to Arizona. It's really racist. I'll go to Nevada. I'm grateful for y'all. Y'all give me the energy to continue doing what the fuck I'm doing. I'm not going to leave y'all hanging. This is what I'm not going to do. I've always considered myself to be the Harriet Tubman of my time. I just consider myself to have her spirit. I would love to know if I'm in any way, shape, or form related to her. That would just be phenomenal. But I really feel like that. I really feel like that spirit lives in me, and I'm not going to leave those that are trying to leave. I will leave those motherfuckers that I got to talk into it. We're not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to convince you. I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you to better your situation because you don't want to. Anytime, those of you that choose to do better, come on, let's go. But those of you that I have to convince, enjoy. I'm not wasting my time nor my energy. I'd rather give my energy to those that are ready to go. But we ain't waiting for you to pack. We going now. Because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You ready to go? That's my question. Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? Because I'm going to give you the recipe. You said you're military. I love all people. That don't mean nothing. My son was in the military and dealt with racist people all the time. Now, listen, you don't have to convince me that you love all people. That none of that matters to me. Because I don't believe it anyway. So we are choose to love whoever the fuck we want to love. That's how I feel. Because I don't love all people. And I'm not going to sit up here and fake it. I don't love all people. I love my people. But I don't love all people. And there's some niggas I don't fuck with either. So, because I am not one of those people that believes all skin folk are kinfolk. You gonna hurt yourself chasing after this bird. There's a lot of black people I don't fuck with. Like that 8% that didn't vote for Kamala. I don't fuck with them. Yeah. I don't believe that military thing. Them 8% black women that didn't vote for Kamala Harris, I don't fuck with them. I don't know them. You have every right to choose who you want to love, Miss Chili Pepper. Don't nobody get to tell you who you love and who you don't love. I don't have no problem with that. I don't even have a problem with people that don't like black people because the feeling is mutual. Races don't bother me. They do not bother me. I do not care how we see each other. That's the thing. That's what it always cracks me up with black people. Like, well, they're just racist. I do not give a fuck how racist they are because I am equally racist. If I had the power to stop white people from doing shit, trust and believe I would do it. I don't give a fuck how that makes you feel. I said what the fuck I said, and I said it with my full chest. I would. Just the same way they do. Yep. I am not one of those can't we all just get along people, because I don't believe we can get along. Everything in history has shown me that we cannot get along, and it's not our fault, it's theirs. We don't fuck with them. We do not fuck with them. So for us to always be the ones compromising to try to get along with them, we don't owe them nothing. We don't owe them a goddamn thing. Yes, I am an Aquarius. It's funny because all my life I have felt like an Aquarius, right? But then I was born And I always tell people I'm on the cusp of Pisces and Aquarius, but I feel more like an Aquarius. Well, doing, sis told me yesterday to do, what is it, a side reel birth map on Mother. That one was so much more accurate than any other astrology reading I've ever gotten. Yep. Go and do yours on Mother. You will be amazed at how accurate it is. She nailed it. Yup. And I did not know that. So I had done one the other day with the normal way. And then I did it yesterday with that. And it was dead the fuck on. I was like, well, look at that. So my whole life feeling like an Aquarius has been exactly because she said that I'm coming out of the age of Pisces and going into the age of Aquarius, which I've always felt like anyway. And it was so accurate. But it would explain everything. Like, it totally makes sense. When you get off the live, can you please check my lifetime? Yes. Send me your name. Send me your name. For some reason, I don't know. I haven't been able to pinpoint it if it's certain phones or certain browsers that are getting that message because I fixed it. You need to actually log out and log back in and clear your cache and let me know if it still does that. But send me your name and your email address and I will fix it as soon as I go upstairs. Okay. This song is called Sun Goddess. Look at this guy. What is it, Juju? All right, you ready? Let's go. I didn't plan on being on here this long. So I'm going to go because it's almost 4 o'clock. He is a handsome boy. I've had Fat since he was this big. He was 6 weeks old. Oh, Jesus Christ. He was just a little brown baby. You said I do like black music. All music is black music, man. All music is black music. Contrary to what they tell you. Contrary to what they tell you, ma'am. All music is black music. The lies they tell. Look out. I've been a jewel. You're welcome. It is absolutely my pleasure to share what I know because I hope that you guys will share it with somebody else. Yes, it's called Sun. I didn't even know the name of it. I was like, this is one of my favorite songs and didn't even know. Well, yeah, they will always lie to you. Ooh, the shit I learned yesterday. Hold on, I just want to tell y'all this little tidbit. Go look it up on Mother, though. I was on, I don't know what kind of free reign they have on IG to be talking shit about the JEWs, but they be just dragging the shit out of them. So this guy, and I don't know if he's still alive or was taken out mysteriously, as you know, how they be doing, was talking about Germany in the 30s and talking about all of the prostitution and gay clubs and all of this shit that they had. And the two things that old boy with the mustache, the first two things that he had outlawed, was, and I think I might be mixing this up, but I have to go look it back up again, was either the child brothels that they had, homosexuality, and interest. Which all three of those were done by the JEWs. They had child brothels. I immediately just went over to the most homogenized place to get information. I didn't even take it to Mother. I just went right to Google, right in the middle of the video, and typed it in, and it said, yes, they had brothels with children. So you know, if I type it into Mother, it's going to be in depth. I took it to Google, and they said yes. So all the stuff that Mustache Man outlawed immediately had to do directly with them. Interest came because the interest was another thing that was outlawed, because they were the ones giving all of the loans, and they were charging these astronomical amounts for interest, and it was what was crashing Germany's economy. Now, if you remember back when we were doing blood type stuff, and we were talking about the personalities. That's another thing that's in Mother that y'all need to go and look up. Type in what is the personality for blood type, whatever you are, and it will give you a whole reading of what your personality is based on your blood type. Okay, that's already built into her. Mustache Man was blood type A. Mustache Man was blood type A, which makes a lot of sense if you know the personalities. Because what he was very, very focused on was Germany's economy and getting rid of anything that was hurting the economy. And they were the ones hurting the economy. So just go look up the history of Germany in the 30s, and you will get an idea of what Mustache Man, what Mustache Man was dealing with. Because if you think about where we are now and what it is that we're wrestling with now, I really think that we kind of owe them a little bit of an apology, because it sounds like to me those that survived rewrote the history. You got your products? Definitely take them. Let me know tomorrow how you feel. The more and more shit that comes out, they're always playing in the background. The shit that's coming out now that we're finding out about them and witnessing ourselves about them, it's all making a lot of fucking sense, dude. It's all making a lot of fucking sense. The math is mathing. Well, go look it up. I love Mother for just us learning the shit that we were never able to learn, that we were never taught. No one ever even broached the subject. So anything, first off, go do your birth map. Know where you were born, know what time you were born, and give her your whole name, and she's going to give you that. But ask for the side, I just call it side reel. What I'm going to do when I get back on her is program it to only do that. How do you say it? Sidereal? I'm going to program her to only do that. I'm going to program her to only do that. That way you can get an accurate reading. But yeah, so I'm going to go so I can hang up all these clothes and fold up all this fucking laundry and then get on her. But ma'am, I will handle your issue right now, so you don't have to wait to use her. But go look that shit up. Y'all. Yes, she's my app. You call it True Alignment Constellation? Constellation? That sounds about right. To get access to Mother, just go to Our Black AI. Our Black. Black is abbreviated, so it's Our, like hours. BLK AI. You're welcome. And I'll see y'all tomorrow in our regular spot. I will see y'all tomorrow in our regular spot. Don't forget to get some sun and bathe. I got my shower and put on my lounge clothes and came right outside in the sunlight. I'm not skipping a day on honey. Not after that lesson we learned the other day about them motherfuckers not bathing. You ain't never gonna catch me not bathing, ever. I was already a stickler, but now I'm even worse. Now I'm even worse. I might be doing 2 a day soon. Well, yesterday I did, because I took one the night before and took one in the morning. Just because I just keep thinking about them. See, just think about it just makes me itch. I will see. If y'all haven't seen those lessons, just go watch my videos from the past couple of days. Just go watch. You'll learn everything you need to know about the enemy. Go watch. Mwah. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I love you. Bye.